Okay guys, welcome back. M113 Aussie build. Yes, I'm excited. Things are moving and things are happening far faster than what I thought they would be. I have news, lots of news. So let's get into it. Yeah, she's a bit scratched up. Yes, I can see that, but there's a reason for that. Yes, I'd made it all nice and prestige, and she's looking very pretty and lovely. And then my brother-in-law came over and said, I love it, brings back memories. Saw things on there like the hooks, all sorts of things you've forgotten all about. And he was chuffed. Yeah, he was really chuffed. All right. Now, what has happened? Well, made the turret, and we got the M50 and the M30, and that works out very nicely. We have the front ramp in the up position, and the engine hatch closed, but click, come on, click. All right, very difficult getting this off, when it doesn't want to come off. There we go, nice tight fit. Now this part here, yes, that got me, and it got him too, because underneath it has got all the little straps that they used to hang on to. It's got all the hinges to release the doors. It's got the tooth breaker. Yes, the teeth breaker, teeth breaker. Yes, and also that part there, instrumental board there, another teeth breaker. Apparently hitting a lot of mounds at high speed, sudden stops. Dentist's got a lot of money. Anyway, that was one of the many stories. Oh, hatches work. I think we'll have that in the closed position because, and I will tell you later. Okay, I've got to be careful where I put this because I have damaged parts underneath. I don't know how many times. All right, down you go, nice and easy. All right, inside. Okay. Let's see, what have we got as a picture for inside? Can we see that? Yes, we can. I'm excited. All right, I'm going to turn it around this way. Okay, now we have got modifications to do in this APC. First modification was this shelf here I made. Actually got an old German toolbox, shaped it all the way down, shaped into a shelf, and glued it on there, and basically suits everything else. The other thing is it's filled with all little baggage and stuff which will be glued and painted on later. Now, okay, let's get this part out. Right, one of my little things came out. There you go. Put that there. Okay. Now, we need to do more modifications. Okay. Apparently these two rear seats were never, hardly ever up. And they were folded down, and I have seen photos, alright, and they had things like jerry cans, sleeping bags, ammo boxes underneath the seats, you name it, it was packed in there. Rifles jammed into the shells, machine guns, you name it. So that's going to happen. And because, now, this is where things got fun. When he came over, he got all excited and he mentioned the word diorama. Yes, diorama. Oh, that just brought music to my ears, that word. And he wants me to go with him to the hobby shop, and we're going to spend quite a bit of money. Alright, let me explain. Okay. Now, he wants something about the size of this board. Okay. And what he would like, right, is that stacked up to the hilt with all the stuff that goes in there. Alright, and click goes the she boys. Come on, click, click, click. Alright, put that back together while we're telling the story. This actually goes on so well. It's just, it's a great fit. Alright, now before I go on to my story, things I had to do, because I thought this was going to be up and just as a stagnant model, I didn't do any work on the interior, so I had to get some putty out and do all the sinkholes because it didn't look very nice on the back ramp. Alright, so that's that part out on the road. Alright, now you got to imagine this like this. Alright, yes, and 4 guys coming out the back with road going across there. They've come round, right, they've hit the anchors, gone off road a bit, parked, right, and the 4 guys have come out and they're ready to live fire. Alright, now this whole scene is going to be called Puckapunyal live round training. Alright, and one of the main reasons why this is called this is because, and it gets pretty dark here, he lost 4 of his mates in training when he was commander of one of these vehicles. First he was the driver, and at the same time he did the command course at the same time, and he spent most of the time as a commander. Alright, and he lost 4 guys out of his crew of 11 in the space of 2 years. Alright, so yeah, and one later on to mental health issues. So this whole thing here, when I showed him, he was, I never seen him so excited and so silent at the same time. But anyway, yeah, it's a sad world out there that we need to have these sorts of weapons in our lives. But anyway, what else will we build? Now, what he would like is a gum tree sticking out here like that. Alright, timber. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm actually going to go out into the shrub and I'm going to get a branch. It's roughly the same scale as the APC, and I'm going to plonk it there. Alright, I'm actually going to use foam board for this. I've got heaps of it. Yes, that's another story. I was going to say something, but I'll keep that for another story. Now, a foam board I've had, and I'm going to use some to create a sloping hill with the tree and the road, and I'm hoping to, well, it's not hard because I've done it before, is cut out the road, blend it, sand it, put some bits and pieces, and then came the surprise that he wants to buy for me, because he offered to pay for me to do this, and I said no, I don't want money for this. This is just too special. And no, that is family, and he's been through heaps. So, but we're going to get a static grass machine, and once it's finished, I get to have the static grass machine and all the bits and bobs, because he wants shrubs, he wants a lot of things. Now the other thing was, I did have this one here, that's why I'm not sure. I fixed it up quite well, but there's a bit of, and it's smooth. I mean, it looks rough, but it's smooth. I spent ages fixing it up, but that was another story. I spent so when I showed him, we both discussed that we would have the tarpaulin there, and this one here is supposed to be camo net, right? And at the time, we did not know that we could get camo net, right? And did some more research and found camo net 1:35 scale, right? So that came off, okay? Now, the camo net it's $22.95 for a piece about that big. Gets folded up. We're going to tease a bit to put over some of the corners, but the most of it's going to be rolled up and hanging off the edge, because apparently that's how it used to be. Yep. And what else? Well, now the interior, because I was going to make sleeping bags and all that, and because he doesn't want these, all right, and I've got a smaller one floating around somewhere. I don't know where it is now, but anyway, it'll be coming around. I'm going to cut these. Where is it? It's pointy, anything pointy will do, Mark. I'm going to cut these here. One there, on all four. Alright. And in that front corner where I was showing to you where the seats have got to go down on both sides, they were crammed with sleeping bags, tarpaulins, more of these, lots and lots of jerry cans, so that's why I've got all these jerry cans. Right, oh, there it is. That's another one I was talking about. I'm going to cut that one off as well. These two can be sleeping bags. These can be something else because they're about more the right size. I'm going to make a cargo thing that goes over that, and that looked fantastic. All right. Yeah. Now, like I said, getting back to the diorama, like the building side. All right. I have got all these little bum packs and ammo boxes and water bottles, and they're going to all be stacked and glued after once painted, nice and neat. Upside down, Mark. Far out. Anyway, upside down, like no, upside down. The right way up on the shelf, or this shelf here will be stacked with all their rations. Apparently that's where all the rations used to go. All the extra boxes, ammo boxes, will go along the shelf here, and I will place some underneath the seats there. Now apparently these used to have seat belts, and I went, oh yes, we can do seat belts, and apparently no, they cut them off because they used to trip up over them going down the ramp and used to do quite a bit of injury to themselves. So literally as soon as they used to come in, safety first, rip the seat belts out. That way you don't get caught up in them. Makes sense to me. But anyway, now the colours. Now I'm going to use the interior. Interior is a greeny, whitey colour. And so what I've chosen for that one is grey, green INJN paint Tamiya, which is FX76. Okay, and the whole interior will be painted that. Even the engine bay, the engine will be painted grey, and machinery, all that will be painted grey. And apparently the engine compartment was very, very, very dirty. So yeah, I'll be putting a lot of good old Tamiya accent line, handle liner into it. What else can I say? Oh yes, the paints. Oh, and the soldiers, yes. Now the soldiers. I made these. They came with a kit, right? And they're crap. Crap, I tell you. Oh my lord. One thing here, this one's actually made, the commander is actually made for the American unit, so it doesn't sit in the turret properly, the Australian turret, right? And the driver looks like he's anorexic. I don't know, he's weird. He's going to, alright, not going to happen. We've seen some online. He liked them very much when the commander had a beret, so that was what he wanted. So that's what we're going to get. And the other thing was the 4 guys sticking out the rear. Right. He wanted 3 or 4 guys in a lay down position, and I sort of pointed out to him, one, I can't find any. And there are no Australian soldiers, modern day soldiers, alright? The only thing I came up with, and I will put up pictures at the end of this video to show you pictures of the interior and some of the photos that I have to work from, alright? But the 4 soldiers we have chosen are American elite group, and they're in camo, and they literally, he showed me the photos of his army guys, alright, and the uniforms are identical, alright, except for the camo. The camo is different, and that's going to be a great learning curve for me, because I've never done camo on uniforms. So anyone out there with videos that they can say to me, yep, go and have a look at that one, because I've looked and I've seen some, but there could be some out there that I don't know about. Anyway. So I think that's what we're going to go with, is the 4 guys coming out of the back and the paints. Now, I can't forget about the paints. Now, stroke of genius. I actually went to the AK paint site and I actually put in modern Aussie camo. Well, yes. It's there, all ready to go. I am so ripped and happy for that alone. Solves a lot of problems trying to get the right colours. I waited and waited before he could come over. That's Johnny Bravo. And he confirmed that they are the right colours. We have not changed our colour scheme since 1993, something like that. Basically, the story is and how it goes with the paint scheme, alright? The APCs came standard green, right? And when the guys got them, they were given stencils, and that's why if you look at this photo, alright, I mean, all the camo is all identical. Some of the lines are thicker than others, but basically what you see on one is what you see on the other. Okay, so, and yeah, and that's the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, was why is she all scratched up? Well, the reason why is these APCs went to Vietnam. And these, by the time Johnny Bravo was commander of one of these were already 30 years old. Yeah, they'd been around for a while, okay? And literally they had scrapes. The way they abused these things is unbelievable. If a tree got in the road, they ran over it. Obviously, you know, that's decent size. Oops, sorry. But, am I still recording? Yes, I'm still recording. So I might be running out of time. But, yeah, so, I had to scratch it up really badly. I just got most coarse one I've got, sanding stick, and I on the edges, alright, big gouges, and literally with my knife, really some hard scraping, you know. I was like, no! I've just spent hours like trying to make it look really nice, and then it's like, no, grab a stick and start pounding the shit out of it. So that's what I did, and that's actually quite a lot of fun. So I've got apparently a lot more to do with the gouging and stuff. I'm not sure if you can see that, but you can see like I've actually gouged the corners out. The whole thing fits on beautifully, so I'm not really, when I did the gouges, I actually did the gouges with the thing on the top on, alright, and I actually gouged through the top part of this as well. So the gouges are, you know, even though you can take it off, the gouges are all uniform, and they're all part of the whole thing. So that's the other thing. Alright, now I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just going to go blah, 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 blah. So, guys, from me to you guys, Ron, Simon, Pete, Jason, all the crew out there, have a good one, guys, and here's to the next one. Alright, guys, have a good one.